And welcome back to the shit behind the show, everyone. So, I've been discussing ways to begin your healing journey and surrender to the process. And one of those steps is learning to appreciate the adversity in life because it creates resilience. And resilience, what does that do? The more that you practice resilience and you gain resilience, the more you're going to be able to get through the obstacles in life a lot quicker, easier, less challenging, and learn even more quicker than you did before. So, again, it is so important to understand that these challenges in life are only stepping stones. This is not the end all be all, right? Even those that have got a debilitating disease, heaven forbid, there is a lot of love and joy that you can discover in the challenge and in the process. There's a lot that you can teach others. I have been touched so many times in my life by those that I've known that have passed on from chronic illness. I've had two friends now that were very sick, one lung cancer and the other one had Lou Gehrig's. And it was so heartbreaking to watch them go through what they went through. The suffering, the pain, the sadness, it's just heartbreaking. But there's a lot that I learned from both of those women, and it's that they didn't let adversity keep them down. They fought until the bitter end, and the positive attitude stayed the whole time. They left a legacy that is something that no one will ever forget. There's not one person that was friends with either one of those women that has said, "Oh, and she gave up," or "Oh, and she cried, to everybody about how picked on she was." No, they were positive, laughing all the time, joking, and very kind and loving through the whole process. And that is what I'm talking about. Life throws us challenges like that. Heaven forbid that's the worst. I hope I don't know anyone anymore that has to go through that in my life. I was also faced with the scare of cancer last year. I had a doctor just come right out and tell me, you've got cancer, you're dying. Something's seriously wrong. Something seriously was wrong. He wasn't wrong, but it wasn't as serious as I was worried about. But I just remember thinking like, no, I'm not done yet. And I have a legacy to live that I need to leave. And it's not finished. It's not completed. And and just that throwing all of this shit into your face at once, and you're like reevaluating your life and where you've been and where you want to go, and there's a possibility that you're going to have the fight of your freaking life coming up, is really hard. Luckily, my fight wasn't that terrible. Maybe to some it would be. To me, I made it. It was a lot of healing, both emotionally and physically. It was a lot of doing it alone. I'm super proud of that. I had to do all of this alone. I had support, but I was single, and recovered from surgery alone. My mom stayed with me for 3 days, and then I was alone. And that, if I think back to those moments, I could not be more proud of myself, because the Christine 10, 15 years ago would never have been able to do that alone. Never. And I was terrified. I was. The thoughts that go through your mind when a doctor says, "Oh, it's really bad. Get to the hospital now." And you're like freaking out. That's a lot. And it's really tough. And the girl years ago wouldn't have been able to face that alone. Now, fast forward to now, I struggled big time. I'm not going to say that, "Oh yeah, I kicked its ass." No, I cried a lot. I cried. I had great friends with me who were support systems, but and family, but it was hard. It was a lot of tears. It was a lot of worry. It was a lot of fear. And then I just decided I'm going to look at this different, and I'm going to be grateful. I started to meditate. I started to do Reiki on myself, and started to just listen to the doctors and do everything that they asked. I was really careful with the healing process, as careful as I could be, and really took my time. But I'm not telling you all of this to, tell you a sob story, but rather, there are obstacles in life that if we think about it, if we have not faced them yet ever in life, and we think about it, you think, I could never go through that. I can't tell you how many people that are married, have been married for 20 something years, have said to me, I could never go through divorce or be single or be a single parent. I was having a conversation with my brother who's been married for 20 plus years, 25 plus. And we were discussing my life's challenges right now. And I'm like, and he's like, I don't know how you're doing it. I'm proud of you. Like you are really good at being resilient and coming back, fighting and getting back on top. And I said, yeah, it's just, I'm tired of doing it alone. I know I can do it. I proved that to myself, but I'm tired of doing it alone. And he's like, yeah, I can't relate to that. And that kind of hit me. I was like, you're a badass, Christine. There are so many people that don't know what it's like to go through the shit you've been through. And they think they couldn't do it. But there are people that have been through stuff in life that I think, I don't ever want to go through that. I don't think I could do that. But when you find yourself knocking on that door, or it's knocking on your door, you do it. And I am super grateful for those challenges, because those challenges, again, have made me who I am today. They've caused me to be more conscious and aware of my health and not ignore things like, passing out in the shower. Who does that? Who ignores that when you're every day, not exaggerating, I'm passing out in the shower, laying on my bedroom floor with a towel around me, calling my child, telling him I need you to bring me food because my sugar levels are so low or whatever. That's what I thought, as I was hypoglycemic, and I was bleeding to death internally. I was anemic so bad that I almost needed a blood transfusion, and had this tumor in my body. And oh yeah, I was a mess. I had a condition that was causing me to grow this tumor, or tumors and fibroids. And also, I was literally bleeding to death. But in that moment, I was like, I'm fine. I got this. Well, now I'm going to be more aware. Like, honey, you need to not ignore these symptoms and signs, and you need to go to the doctor more. Because I was that girl. I was like, I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. Oh, no. So that's something I learned. I also learned the strength that I have to deal with adversity alone. I never in a million years thought I could ever go through a major surgery like that. It was major. It was a 9-week recovery, and I did it alone. And I can honestly say there were times that I would go on my canyon drives and I would just laugh and smile, cry a little bit with gratitude at like how awesome that felt, that I beat that challenge in life. And this was after they discovered, the tumor was gone, the organ was gone. I was going to be healthy. I had to have some iron infusions. It was extremely low for a few months. But the gratitude that I felt within was so exciting. It was like, girl, you are a badass bitch, because you just did this. And there are so many people telling you right now, like, I couldn't do this alone. And you just did it. And you killed it. And you're doing amazing. So that was me showing gratitude to the universe for the obstacles that were thrown in my way, or quote unquote stepping stones. Same thing. Because I wouldn't be where I'm at today without that challenge. And life continued to throw challenges at me. Trust me. It was I'm so glad I'm past all of that. Got one more little tiny stepping stone to get over, and then I'm breathing. But even the circumstances I'm under right now, I have a lot of people coming to me, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just rolling with the punches right now. And I'll share that later when I'm through this. But, a lot of people keep asking me, oh, aren't you so stressed out? Well, yeah, I was. I'm not going to play like, oh no, I've got this the whole time. No, I went through a major depression about a month ago. Thank God I've got an amazing family because they really stepped it up and they were all there to catch me. And those that weren't, I will not forget. But for the most part, there were a lot of people in my life that were there for me, and they know who they are. I'm super appreciative of all of the people that were there for me. And that's another thing. It's in these moments when that door closes that you find out who your real friends are and who really has your back. That is eye-opening and sad, but also super freaking awesome at the same time. I'm going through that right now. I've left, like I said, a lot behind. I will never forget how I've been treated in these times, in these really hard times. I've gone through some really traumatic experiences in the last little bit. Luckily, it's been in threes, so I'm pretty sure I'm done because it comes in threes, right? I mean, I think that's just a universal law. You're going to have shit in threes. But I'm on the last obstacle, like I said, so just finishing that one up. But I think about it now and I'm looking back the last couple of years and I'm like, damn, that was a lot. And you made it. And what are you going to do if this happens again? You're going to know how to navigate it, and you're going to know that you can make it through and all is well. And that's where I challenge all of you to be today. Think about something that's going on in life that's challenging, and there's always something. And I want you to think about the fact of whether you're stressing or worrying, hopefully you're not, over these challenges, and stop yourself. Every time that thought comes up, like, what am I going to do? This sucks. I need to figure this out. Or you start to become sad. One, please feel the emotions. Okay, real quick, you feel them and then you let them go. We're not holding on to that. We're not pushing it down. We're going to let it up. We're going to feel it. Boom, let it go. And also, I want you to think, okay, what did I gain from all of this? I've done this. I want you to write it down if you have to. I've gained this. I've gained clarity. I've gained, I can't even spit words out right now. Gratitude is huge, like I said before. And you will find that when stepping stones, obstacles come up in the future, you're going to be handling them differently and it's going to be easier to navigate because now you've got the courage, you've got the insight, and you've got the tools to be able to navigate it more. And also, if we can get rid of stress and worry, we're going to be helping our health as well. Everything that's created in here, it moves around here. So it comes from the mind and it affects the body. Everything is in the mind, guys. Everything. Every goal in life, every challenge in life, every health, obstacle or challenge in life. It's all in the mind. That's where it all starts. And so my throat's starting to hurt. Sorry, guys. So it's important to quiet the mind and really think about, okay, how am I going to get through this challenge this time? And just do it one day at a time. Okay, we're not going to look at the big picture right now. We're just going to chunk it. And we're going to look at, okay, for today, this is what I'm going to accomplish in order to meet this goal and to get through this adversity, okay? And soon you will see, it's just like working out. It's just like going to the gym, building those muscles. Soon you will see that you're meeting your goals and you're accomplishing the goal of getting through this adversity and this hard obstacle in life, but you don't even realize it because you're focused on the right now. You're not focused on the future. You don't realize how stressful it is, I should say, because you're not looking ahead anymore and you're not looking behind. Guys, there's nothing back there. Quit looking back there because it's nothing. Okay. It happened. All you can do is move forward and learn from that challenge. And the more that you learn to overcome these obstacles and to implement how you're going to handle it in life, which is with positivity, if you can, and surrendering, the easier it is when stuff comes up in life. When challenges come up, you're going to be like, okay, I got this. And there was a time in my life where it was just like every day I was going into work and people are like, for real, your life? And I'm like, I know. It's like every time I turn around. And I learned that a lot of that was my thinking and what I was speaking to the universe. And I wanted to get into that more in a future episode, but it's up in here. You know, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're putting out to the universe, it's the law of attraction and it's going to come back to you. And so I just want you to find the gratitude for today. Find the gratitude in the healing that you have done, in the journey that you have gone along. There's always something to be grateful for, always, whether it humbled you or taught you a lesson the hard way, which that's how I learn. Taught you the types of people that you want to be around, taught you true colors, showed you true colors. That it's a great time for you to look at people and think, wow, they never really had my back to begin with, and they're not going to be there for me when it gets tough. So it's a great time to, like, you know, clean out your closet, I guess. So really find the gratitude in the journey. I'm going to challenge you all to do that for today. Until tomorrow, thank you so much. Go follow me on all of the platforms, YouTube, Tan and Blonde, TikTok, Tan and Blonde, and of course the shit behind the show. Love you all. Until tomorrow, bye.